Hey, what's up? Larry the Pen Bug Guy here. Before I go into my review, I want you to check out an energized minion that knows how to rock. Are you ready? Check it out. We're not done yet. All right, one more time. Check that out. One more time. All right, how we did that, we put new batteries in, and it kind of energized the dude. Heavy piece. Now this guy got his act together. Okay, what we're going to do today, we're going to do a review on a pen that is very well known. Two of them that are very well known. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about the pen and how I got to the black pen, and then I'm going to do some writing with this pen, the red one, and then I'm going to do some change out nibs for you. So pull up a chair, relax. It's going to take a little bit. If you're in a hurry, you might as well just go ahead and move on, because this is going to take a few minutes, but an interesting few minutes. The Jinhao 159, the red one. Beautiful, lacquered, high, polished fountain pen. Comes with a fine medium steel nib. And this pen weighs in without any ink 47.7 G's. Heavy pen, really nice pen. And the pen length closes 5.79 inches. So we have a nice, beautiful red fountain pen at a very affordable price. This pen, $4.98. Can you dig it? This is how I got to the Mont Blanc 149. Years later down the road, after I saved up for the 149. I like big pens. I like pens with weight. That doesn't mean I like slim or skinny pens, or, pens that aren't heavy, but my preferred pen are these guys right here. So this is how I got led to the 149. They're a copy of the 149. So let me put this aside. So here's the 159. Of course, the 149 Mont Blanc that I just spoke of, you're talking about $900 plus. Well, here's an affordable $4.98 pen that writes really nice. Looks nice as well. And I'm going to show you in a minute how you can give it a lift with a nib replacement, which is, they use number 6 nibs. And I'm going to be using over here the Jinhao 1.0 nib, a bent nib. So first, let's go ahead and unscrew this pen. It does post, and I like the pen just like it is. Some folks will think it's too heavy, but for me, it's fine. It balances well in my hand. If you're not into posting your pens, you still have enough room. I have small hands, so if you have large hands, you might want to think about it. But the grip is a nice size grip that should accommodate large to small fingers. I have small fingers, so it works well for me. The widest point of this grip right in here is going to be 0.52 inches. So you have a decent grip with a nice steel nib that has the Jinhao logo on it. And it has 18 kgp, the name Jinhao, but it does not have the size of the nib on it. So that's one thing you need to be careful with nibs that don't have the size nibs on it, because you can get lost if you don't write them down, keep them in a safe place, because you might forget what size nibs it is. So unscrew the barrel, and it does come with a ink converter, and it's a push on. Fits nice and securely. Pull off. That's what I like about the Jinhao. With some of your Pens nowadays, even expensive pens, you have to buy your converter. Even some lower end pens or middle of the road pens, you have to buy a converter. So this is helpful. So hey, if you're a new person or if you're a person on a budget and you want to upbeat your nib to a different type of nib, you can use, like I said, a number 6 nib. Edison, Goulet, Knox, Anderson nibs. They will all work fine in here. I believe also the Noodlers. Yeah, it does because I have one in there. Forgive me. But you can have extra fine, medium, broad, 1.1, 1.5, etc. Okay, number 6 nib. You with me? Don't go to sleep. Okay, what I'm going to do right now is, before I change out the nib, we're going to ink this little fella up. The name of the ink I'm going to be using is
House of the Rising Sun from Papier Plume.
a very popular ink. And here is the ink. And these are the 2 nibs that you can buy from off eBay, the Jinhao nibs. And you can get both nibs for $1.30. But right now we're going to ink up this baby. And we're going to use this nib and go from there. Alrighty. For people who like to match up their inks with their pens, some do, some don't. For me, it doesn't matter. If I like an ink, I'll use it. Yeah, I do like using the ink that matches my pen, but it doesn't always have to be that way. I love ink, different colors inks. I love pens. I enjoy the hell out of writing. That's my thing. And what I do is write. If that's what makes you happy, go for it. It's all about you. It's not about anybody else. Remember that. So here we go. Now, I will go ahead and we'll do a little bit of writing with the Jinhao. Isn't that some beautiful ink? Wow, House of the Rising Sun. Isn't that beautiful? And the little wetness here. Nice and wet. Look at that. That is some juicy writing. I do like that. Nice nib. Very nice nib. No complaints. No bad starts. No skips. It writes really well. So, you know, if you're on a budget, these pens might be right up your alley. They have different styles, models, colors, nibs, so you might want to check them out. Now, here's where the fun begins. Now remember, when you change out a nib, you're going to take it upon yourself, and you could void the warranty on a pen by changing out the nib and putting in a different nib in it. So, let's just say you're using a Lamy and you put a different nib in it. Well, you might void that warranty, so be careful. Remember, I warned you. So, here we go. I'm going to unscrew it. Let me go ahead and take off the ink converter. And let me get my grip going on here. This is a Goulet grip that I bought from Goulet. Or, you know, they have Anderson grips. They have Pinbug grips. Not really, but it can be. So, you're going to have to screw the ink because it's all inked up right now. I'm just going to show you how to remove this nib. Here's your grip. Let me rock it back, and it comes out with no problem. It'll fit right back in with no problem. See that? See how simple that is? Really simple. So, let's go ahead and get this sucker on with one of these new ones. And I've been anxious for their arrival. So remember, you're going to get your hands all inky. Hey, but that's your baby you're working with, right? So you shouldn't have no problems with it. You want to get it in there. And right now it's kind of slippery because my fingers are all inky. There it goes. Nice and easy, but as you can see, I got it going everywhere. But this is what happens when you're changing out nibs and you have ink in your pen already. But hey, soap and water, bleaching water, whatever you use to get your ink off, will take care of it. So, I do like that nib though. We got that taken care of. And I am very anxious to see how that nib writes. I'm going to shoot a little bit of ink through that new nib. Okay, to get it flowing. I think this is a real pretty red that I got. In fact, I bought this pen last year, believe it or not. All right, we'll use up some of this Rhodia dot grid I have here. So, but you can use any kind of paper you want. I like to use Rhodia dot when I do test writing or a good fountain ink friendly paper. Here we go. Just lay down the ink. It's wet. And this is the bent nib. You see how the nib is bent upwards. And there it is. I showed you an affordable pen, a nice looking pen. I showed you how to remove a nib and put another nib in. I told you about the nib size. And on this video, I'm going to show you where you can get the nibs and the pen at. Talked a little bit about the ink. Talked a little bit about the pen. And what do I not like about this pen? Nothing. I like the Jinhao 159. I'm a proud owner of the Jinhao 159. They got me started. They helped me get started. That's going to do it. Thanks for joining me today with the Jinhao 159 upgrade nib to a Jinhao number 6 1.0 millimeter bent nib. Peace. Later, folks.